Alright, so in this video, we're going to talk about Google AI Studio. Now, you may have heard of Google AI Studio, and for the past few weeks or days now, they've added more features. If you're new to Google AI Studio, sort of give you an overview of what it is and how it works and all the things that it gives us as developers or just normal people. I don't know, everybody's normal, but you get what I'm saying. In an overview of how to use Google AI Studio and how to think about it, whether you're a developer or a non-developer person, technical and or a non-technical person. So that is my promise in this video. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I just had to do that because that's what YouTubers do. Of course, if you go to Google, that's so meta, Google. Sure. Go to Google and find Google AI Studio or type Google AI Studio. This is what you should see. So built with Gemini. So let's go ahead and click with this, build with Google AI Studio. So as the name implies, it is a studio, which means it should have all of the tools that you need to get started. Now, a little disclaimer here, because I want to make this as organic as possible. Purposely did not go through Google AI Studio in a few weeks now because I want to see what changes they've made, and I'm going to show you raw what they have added into the studio. Okay, right away, as of recording of this video today, you can see this is what you have, but where you'll have to have an account, create a Google account, and you should be straight to it. Okay, and they should give you some credits so that you don't have to pay for anything, at least to a certain point. All right, so you can see here we have Google AI Studio, the fastest way from prompt to production with Gemini. Prompt to production, that's quite a promise. All right, so you can see we have chats we can add, we can get an API, because the idea is you can get an API and programmatically you can also hit all of their Gemini models, which is always a good thing. This is from a long time ago. You can view your all history if you've done this before. Okay, and I have build, click on build to see what happens. So build your ideas with Gemini. So I can go ahead and start building stuff. But what I like is they have a few cards here where you can get started. Nano Banana powered app. You can add a powerful photo editing to your app. Allow users to add objects, remove backgrounds, and do all the things. Use Google search data. Oh, I like that. Okay, create conversational voice apps, animate images with VO, generate images with a prompt, use Google Maps. So essentially what they did is they pull all of the features that Google provides, all the apps, all of the components, and they put all into this AI Studio, of course with large language models, so that you have the power to build stuff. I like that. Now, if you're a developer, you may be scared, which you shouldn't be by now, because it should be familiar and integrated with where AI is going. Okay, so no more fear. And analyze images fast API, AI responses, think more when needed. Look, all of these things. Now we can also go to galleries, see what's there. So these are app galleries. These are probably apps that people have created or they were added, and so you can check them out and see what's going on. Remix and explore the gallery. Run chase application, websites. They have your apps. This would be where you would have your apps that you're building. Okay, so I'm going to go back from build. Very interesting. So they're pulling everything together. All right, so documentation and all of that. Okay, let's start with build because this is really fun. Maybe let's start with this Nano Banana powered app. So you notice when you do that, it added that prompt, I believe, into what we have here. So I can remove a feature, not a prompt, a feature, but I'm sure in the background it is indeed a prompt. So I'm going to say, build me a simple AI application that can take an old photo and restore it. All right, make it this better. Black and white, not very visible photo, and the app will restore the photo to life. Okay, let's see what will happen. Go build. So now it should go ahead and literally we're just doing some vibe coding here, but I don't want to make this a vibe coding application or a vibe coding video because there's more things. But that is the fun thing about having these tools, that you can create and build stuff just like that. I like the fact that it gives us sort of like previous overviews of things that are happening, but suggestions, as you saw earlier, I can go back. It says use your API key if you need to, if you run out of quota. So this is good. Now I'm a little bit zoomed in for you to be able to see, but in your case, and just like that, folks, it looks like we have something here. And as you can see, I can have some checkpoints. I can view some diff, restore checkpoints. I can add a feature, add image comparison. These are suggestions because it knows it's all photo based. So it's adding some suggestions I could add to my app. Okay, so I have now the app. It's here. Let's see if this works. If this is going to restore, I'm going to click this and I have a photo. Let's add there. Now it's a terrible photo, by the way. It's very old. So I'm not sure if this is going to work, but let's see. Just test it out. Restore. Okay, very good. And I'm going to go ahead and click. It's processing. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is pretty incredible. Now, I have to say that this is actually a photo of my mom. And she doesn't look like my mom, right? But it's okay. It's okay. It did what it needed to do. And it looks pretty similar, right? Very, very cool. It really captured what I have in this photo here, and even the baby, it's there. It's looking really good. Not totally convinced, but you know what? It doesn't matter. What matters is that it was able to sort of like reframe and recapture the image and fix and restore the image, even though it didn't get the color of the skin correct, but that's fine. What I want you to keep in mind here, what I appreciate, I should say, is that it was able to do this fairly quickly. In fact, as you saw earlier, it built the entire application in a matter of a minute or so, if that, and we have something that is pretty good. It looks pretty decent, and we can also add more features here if we want to, and all of that. But all in all, this looks really, really, really good. Okay, that's very good. So if I go back here, it should give me a few other things. Now, if I go to your apps, it should give me, of course, the AI photo restorer. It's here, and I can always go back and make those changes. I really like this. Now I can go back to explore gallery to see what other people have done. For instance, look at this. This one is passed forward. I'm going to click here and it should give me the actual preview. I can chat with Gemini apps on AI Studio and to learn more about that app, I believe. So I'm going to upload a photo again, just the same one. I'm not sure what this does, but let's just see. So look at that. So it generates past forward, generate yourself through the decades. Look at that. It's 1950s. This is how, not me, somebody in a photo, right? And look at that, 1960s. And of course, there's more and didn't finish generating. That's okay. So this is so awesome because now you can just have a starting point, because you can see here, you can add features. So it will pull the code. If I click here, it pulls the code for that application, and I can start adding features that I want. And the cool thing also, you can see, it gives me some sort of ideas of things that I might want to add to this application. So I like that. This is really, really nice. And I think where we're going with this, instead of having as heavily relying on as typing, prompting, and all that stuff, now we can see this buildability of applications. So applications that people have already created using this tool, we're able to quickly get the code and build upon that. And if we want, we can also upload and let other people use the same code or as a starting point. And I think in the back end, this really helps the token usage as well, because in this case, you notice that already is here, the code was created before, and so now we're just adding on top of whatever was created. So token usage, it's also limited. And I can go to gallery again. Let's go to my apps. Let's go to start. If we go back to start here, of course, I can start from the beginning, from scratch. I have an idea of an application and I can just go from there. There's this one, create a conversation voice app, animate images with Veo, Google Maps. So let's try this one here. So that was added there. Now I can say places and restaurants I have been to, and add some notes and tags, etc. Let's go ahead and see. So now it's going to use this as a feature. Let's go ahead and run. Okay, so at this point, we need to allow this app to request access. I'm going to say allow. let's say Seattle, for instance, to test, find a place. So now it's gonna hopefully go and find the place. Okay, let's say Eiffel Tower. I think that's how you spell it. Okay, there we go. So it has to be very specific. That's very good. And I can say add notes. Great place, cozy, good food, fun. Okay, and I'm gonna pin this place. And okay, that was pinned. But the thing here, I just want to make sure that all of these pinned places are also shown on a map. So I can come here and say, make sure that the pinned places are also shown on a map. All right, and you can see and notice that we actually have this clickable button here. I'm going to click, and this should hopefully show everything on a map. Okay, so it shows the place on a map. That's fine. I was hoping to have it shown on the actual application. Okay, so after a few moments, let's do again Eiffel Tower. I'm gonna find the place. Okay, it's not finding the actual place. Let's say Paris. Okay, there we go. It found the exact place. That's very good. We just say great place, good stuff, fun. I'm gonna pin this place. So I tried to pin and nothing really. I think we got into a lot of issues here. Let's click. Okay, so we're just having some problems here. That is totally fine. We can continue debugging this to make sure that this works. At least we can see that it was really easy to put together something simple. Again, this is not about vibe coding. I'm just showing you what is possible with Google AI Studio. Now, the one thing I also like is that you can also save the app. As you see here, you can download the app and you can deploy right from here. Also, you can save to the GitHub. So you want to do that because if code has been written, you want to save that somewhere safe. And GitHub is the place for repositories for code and all that. So that is what we have here. Now, I like this system. I'm going to say, okay, just move out of here. I like this studio. And the fun part is that you can always go and get the API key and do all the things programmatically if you wish to do so, especially to be able to leverage the Gemini family of models. So I hope this was helpful. I just want to say that I'm pretty impressed with what you have here. And the good thing here you have to think about is that all these new tools, you have Lovable, you have Cursor, you have Bolt Dynamic, you have all of these different AI coding tools. They are fighting against each other, which is a good thing because that means at the end of the day, we ended up with good tools. The competition is really high and we want good tools. So this is awesome for us. So what I would encourage you to do is to test this out, all these features that we have here. Go to gallery and look what's going on. And the other thing also, if you want to learn how to code, I think vibe coding, it's the best way to actually learn how to code. Yes, I know it's very simple to build applications nowadays. Vibe coding, you don't have to learn how to code, but I still think you should learn how to code so that you understand what's going on. All right. So knowing how to code is going to aid you in the process of building these applications. So this is another awesome tool, and the fact that Google built this, I think it's a good thing, which means they've got a lot of backing. They got engineers, they've got the models, they've got everything. So it's good to entertain, at least to check this out and see if it works for you. All right. Thank you so much for your time. By the way, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. That way I am happy to create more videos such as this for you. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this was helpful. I really do. Okay. I'll see you next time. Be well.